Alexander feels a strange sensation come over him. His skin begins to itch. His head throbs.
Wee, 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 wee.
Was that the beast you could do?
Hello, welcome to Saturday Afternoon Adventures. I'm your host, Robot Spacer, back after a long 1.5 week hiatus. It feels like it's been so long, but it really hasn't. I worked too much, and a couple of times I lifted some heavy bags of dirt and or rocks. Thank you, Unsecret Crush, for that subscription. Also, Unsecret Crush is here.
Hello. I'm the one that made him lift the bags of rock and dirt.
Yeah, I suppose so. But that's okay. I mean, it was for everyone's benefit. Hello, Valis. Hello, 6-7. Great to see you both. So, I'm trying to... Oh, I did it. I pointed in the right direction.
Uh-huh.
It's backwards for me.
Oh.
So Robby Benson has turned into the Beast. And we got to do something about that. And it seems like we have about 4 or 5 minutes before that transformation happens.
Not very long at all.
Yeah. Hey, Sven. Great to see you. So my thought, like, the only eligible maiden we've encountered is this girl that's in a Cinderella kind of situation. Did I get the right book? No, that's the Gabriel Knight book. And it's on the Isle of the Crown. She is occasionally seen doing something outside, and then her evil stepmother comes out and hollers at her and tells her to, I don't know, go mop the floor or something.
Yeah, she's being yelled at constantly about doing a bad job of very, very many different kinds of chores.
Yes. Hey, David Alexander, great to see you. So I assume that's the lady we wanna. I think we have a ring to give to whoever.
She's honestly the only person I can recall encountering that fits the criteria of maiden.
And then curiously, we also need for one of our spells, charming a creature of the night spell, we need a strand of a pure maiden's hair, which I can't help but think that's going to come from the same person. Don't really remember, but we'll find out. Wait, the protagonist is turning into a beast? You do need the Gabriel Knight book by GK3. Yes, similar situation, but a little bit different. Alexander teaches her to do chores that he learned from King's Quest 3, but I feel like he wasn't great at doing the chores either. He got yelled at quite a bit also. So, but maybe he's got some tips. Who knows? Oh, right. So I do have a couple of notes here. The Druids stole the Beast's coat of arms, and the Druids we first encountered last week on the Isle of the Mist, which was previously hidden. So we've got the Queens on the Isle of Wonder said the Beast stole their singing stone. So we got just like a chain of things to return here and problems to solve. And then the Beast, in order to solve his troubles, we need to find a maiden willing to go to the Beast's Island. And like I said, I believe he gave us a ring to give to her. Let's get into it, I guess. Let's first peek at our inventory. I should get my maps out. So we have this ring here.
Beast's ring. bears an insignia possibly related to Beast's princely past.
Hey, Flaming V, with that lovely emote. Can you please give the Flaming V a shout out? Going pretty good. How are you doing today? Hope your streams have been going well. Oh my gosh, we got so many. Look at all these sheets of paper here. Not all of these are full, but most of them are full of maps from our King's Quest adventures. Oop, bumping my microphone. This is the Minotaur's Lair, 2 levels worth. And somewhere in here we have the Isle of the Beast. This is the little bit of the Druid's Island we saw. There's the Isle of Wonder. Here's the Isle of the Beast. I need to label these, but they're easy enough to tell apart. Okay. I wonder if time passes while you have the inventory open.
Good question.
I had the volume a little low, so I'm going to replay this here.
Beast's ring is made of pure, heavy gold and bears an insignia possibly related to Beast's princely past.
Okay. And I'm going to do a restore because we'll probably run out of time if I don't. And then we're just going to book it over to the Isle of the Crown and hope we can do something with that lady there. Previously, we couldn't really figure out how to talk to her, so I don't know if a new opportunity will present itself or what. Map.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
I should be sleepy today, but I don't feel that sleep. It'll hit me eventually.
Oh, absolutely.
I was up until I think 6 a.m. playing Elden Ring.
Wow.
I didn't get to start on my weekend's Elden Ring until very late, so it was already after midnight when I started
Alexander
playing.
feels a strange pulling sensation.
And it's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to do one more try on this boss, or, oh, I finally beat that boss, I'm just going to check out this one little area real quick, and then I'll stop. Then I never stop. I still don't know what to make of this Nightingale situation.
Right. Do you need a bird for anything that you know of yet?
Not that I know of. Oh, here we go. This is promising.
Good day, maid. My name is Alexander. How do you do?
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not allowed to talk to strangers.
I just introduced myself, so we're not strangers anymore.
You want to go live with the beast?
Yeah, I'm like, this is weird, but I guess I'm just gonna hand her this ring and see what happens. I don't know if this is gonna work.
Excuse me, maid, but I have someone I'd like to tell you about.
Please, sir, I'm not allowed to talk to strangers.
Okay, so she won't talk to us. How do we become not strangers? Girl's portrait looks like it's from Police Quest 3. Oh no. Is she a criminal? Another thing I keep thinking about occasionally is if our Daventry insignia ring would be useful in any situation. Like if I am able to introduce myself as royalty, perhaps that would be
You'd
useful.
still be a stranger, though.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It's just a thought.
I hear Tinder is how everyone meets these days.
Oh, let's try
Do
it.
you have a use for this, maid?
The shy girl only shakes her head, blushes, and continues tending her roses.
I guess we didn't match on Tinder, unfortunately. I did my best. Maybe she'd like a skull.
Would you have a use for this, maid?
The shy girl only shakes her head, blushes, and continues tending her roses.
Is there something you can give her that's actually useful here?
A stinky flower? I'm like kind of thinking and then also wondering if we'll get any funny reaction.
Would you
Right.
have a use for this, maid?
The shy girl only shakes her head, blushes, and continues tending her roses.
Like, I assume we need to give her some item that will, like, convince her to talk to us, right? I don't know if it's going to be,
Right,
like necessarily something obvious or, like, maybe just something she is interested in.
Right, or
like,
something
she's
that she
tending these
needs.
flowers, maybe a less stinky flower would be of interest to her.
Something that she needs to accomplish her work, probably, is what I'm thinking.
That's an interesting thought. What is this? A piece of coal?
Alexander has a pitch black lump of coal that he found in the Isle of the Mists.
Oh, right.
The little bottle contains some sort of potion and bears a label saying, "Drink me." That's rather forward of it.
We tried that, right? What did it do?
I don't remember.
Should we try it again?
Sure.
Let's find out what it did.
Alexander already has a pretty good idea what that potion does, and he doesn't want to waste the rest of it.
Oh no, what did
That's
it
not
do?
useful.
If someone remembers what that drink me potion did, please remind us.
Alexander feels a strange sensation come over him. His skin begins to itch.
Oh
His
right,
head
it
throbs.
invisibility was a different bottle we found. Hello, Jabberwocky. We now have a.
I like that she doesn't react at all.
The
Yeah.
beast you could do?
She's just like, that's none of my business. We now have a drink me potion that basically stops Alexander's heart, and then he like comes back to life. Right. Made you temporarily dead. I guess for now I'm gonna go from the same say, but we potentially need to back up before we met the beast since we have limited time. I'm just trying to think of what we need to do here.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
What are the items we had at the shop? Mechanical nightingale, flute, paintbrush, tinderbox. I assume we did find a use for the tinderbox, so I guess we'll kind of, it's possible some things have multiple uses, but we'll assume we're done with that. We were able to interest the nightingale using the mechanical nightingale, so we'll give that a question mark. I think we used the flute to play music for the wallflowers,
I think so,
which
yeah.
got us our little hole buddy. So we'll cross that off. The paintbrush I don't think we've used for anything. I assume we will use that for our magic paint spell in order to paint something that we can bring to life. But I can't think of a use for any of those things. We've now met the leaders of each island. That's good.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
poke around a little.
We are under orders not to let you anywhere near the castle, Prince Alexander. Be gone!
I'm just coming through. Just passing through.
Just going around the corner for no reason.
Just kind of walking around and thinking. Mostly I'm wondering if maybe anything has changed elsewhere.
Alexander feels a strange
Oh,
sensation
jeez.
come over him. His skin begins to itch.
I feel like this answers my question of whether
His head
time
throbs.
passes if we're on the map or have the inventory open. I feel like it must.
Right.
Whee! 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 Whee!
Was that the beast you could do?
See, the tricky thing is, on one hand, I would love to back up and not have to keep restoring. On the other hand, I feel reasonably confident that some things are different after we've met the beast.
Right.
I am gonna experiment and go back to this save just before when we got the drink me potion. I'm curious if that girl is by the fence or not before we meet the beast. I suspect she is not, but if she is, maybe we can work out what we need to do before meeting the beast.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
We still haven't figured out this clam situation either.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Also, I'm really curious if that lamp guy is ever gonna come back.
I know.
Okay. We can at least see the scene again, which might,
Go help my daughter. She needs something to fix her hair.
Yes, stepmother.
Is it always the same
The same.
complaint?
No, I feel like she has
Is that
something
different?
She yells something different every time. Do you have any hair accessories?
We had at one point a ribbon, but it's gone now. Do we use that? Well, was it a ribbon? It was,
The red cloth?
yeah, it was some
It was
sort
more
of...
like a scarf.
Okay, yeah. So that doesn't make sense. What are some of these items?
Alexander is carrying a book from the bargain table in the bookshop.
What is it?
It's a book.
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Oh.
Oh?
Phew, what an incredibly boring book. No wonder
The
the bookshop
clam.
owner wanted to get rid of it so badly.
Read the clam to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
I feel like this is a good bet. I don't know that... Like, I assume we're going to get a pearl eventually from the clam. I don't know if that might be helpful or not. Hit the clam with the book. It's not quite what I had in mind.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Okay. Do I use the book on the clam or on me?
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great.
Aww.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Okay. Keep going.
Yields a gilded minnow of precise measurements, 2,069 centidrills by 3,023 6/7 puns, not punts, as might be expected. This is not to say, however, in any sense whatsoever, that deviations in mean temperature of 5 or 6 dregs or so.
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
Hey, you fixed my mouth. It feels great.
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
We did it! Sven, thank you so much for that gift sub to the Flaming V. Appreciate that very much. Also, I can't remember if I mentioned this before, but I think I might have. We hit enough subscribers to unlock some more emotes. I'm still brainstorming ideas, but I think I have one standard emote slot and one animated emote slot available. So there will be more on the way. Okay, so we got a pearl.
The flawless pearl is the largest Alexander's ever seen.
I don't know if that might impress her. It's worth trying, right?
Is there anything you could trade for at the pawn shop that would be worth a pearl?
Oh. I mean, it might be enough to get our ring back. When all else fails, more Sierra amounts. Definitely. Definitely a possibility. Yeah, this is tricky.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
I love the Rosella playing the flute. I haven't seen that one. Where was I going to go? Okay, so in order to try to do anything with the girl, we have to go meet the beast, which is a little bit frustrating, but...
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Oh. It just occurred to me, I don't know if we've gone to the Isle of the Mist in this save. Okay, we have the coal, so we have. Good. Okay, so I'm going to save here. I really should have cleared this out.
Your saves, you mean?
Yeah. We'll do this one. Beast 2.
I'm sleepy and I got a full night's sleep.
Alexander walks forward to step onto the gazebo.
All right, we're
Rose
gonna do
hedges
this
on
again.
either side of the path, sensing an intruder's presence, reach out their vines and blend together. The path is blocked.
Yes, I was also thinking Beast 2 Electric Boogaloo. Okay.
Alexander wields the scythe, determined to get past the magical rose hedges. The leaves fly as Alexander tries to cut the branches faster than they can grow back together. He sees light. He's through.
Who dares enter Beast's garden?
My name is Alexander. I didn't mean to disturb your private garden.
No. And yet, monsieur, you could hardly have accidentally broken through the 3 enchanted traps of the Isle of the Beast.
I suppose it is simply my nature to break through enchanted traps.
You must be a prince, then. I know the nature of princes all too well. This face you see before you is hideous, is it not?
Well, for the face of a beast, it is really quite noble.
Ha! I'm glad you like it, for you will soon own one just like it. I
think
too
ours is
was
a little
once
different than
pretty
that one.
Prince, caring for nothing but adventuring and rescuing fair maidens. But I rankled one too many evil hags. One dark night, I was turned into this obscenity you see before you, warped in shape and trapped on this enchanted island over 100 years ago.
Surely there is a way off this island.
Oh, surely. You broke in, did you not? And yet think, where would I go clad so eloquently as I am with this silk and this pelt? You see, my prison is also my sanctuary. You are the first to break through the barriers in lo these many years. That is, except for the druids who stole my heirloom coat of arms.
If there's any way I can help.
Help? You? I'm afraid you don't understand. The enchanted barriers were a warning and protection for you more than for me. Your prize for forcing your way past them is to join me in this dire life. By the laws of this sorcery, you are doomed to be trapped in the form of a beast. Your reward for broaching this garden is to be my slave. A slave as beastly as I am. You have only a few hours of humanity left.
But that's not possible. There must be some way to break the enchantment. Spells always have a weakness somewhere.
The enchantment you are under is tied to my own. Or the sorceress left me a way out. But I'm afraid it was only her final bitter joke. You see, I need only find a maiden to join me here, to share my castle, my life, willingly. Take another look at me. You can't help but admire the hag's terrible cruelty and cunning.
I shall try to find such a maid, for Casima's sake.
Truly? How determined of you. I personally would not waste my last few hours as a man on an impossible errand. However, you may do as you please. I give you this token. It's my family ring, and the only heirloom I have left. If perchance you should... If you think you have found a maid...
I shall give her this ring.
Yes, she must accept it of her own free will. By doing so, she accepts me. Not that you shall find anyone, mind you. Your time is short. Count the minutes on your fingers while your fingers you have, pretty prince.
Oh.
Your master will await you.
So it is 5 minutes. I'm gonna do another save here. Okay. So, first of all, Efton, I don't think I said hello. And also, is that pronounced Davy B? Welcome, good to see you. Wonder why anyone would think oddly of a beastman when the Isle of the Crown is guarded by literal bipedal dogs. Yeah, like, I mean, I guess he thinks he's just not a very handsome beast form, but certainly doesn't stand out that much among the population of these islands.
Right.
Low self-image, you know, all the time. Yeah, sure. And obviously, you know, he was turned into a beast, so I'm sure he is attached to his previous form.
Right. Did you steal his rose too, like Maurice? Did he have roses to steal?
I'm drawing a blank on what we're talking about.
In the garden. Were there roses in that vicinity?
Oh. There were hedges. I don't remember if there were any.
I am wondering, you know, the girl was tending to roses.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps you could show her a rose and be like, hey, you like roses?
Right.
How would you like to tend some roses and not have your stepmother yelling at you all the time?
Flowering rose hedges grow on either side of the path winding north.
I assume 6-7 was just making a Disney Beauty and the Beast joke, but it gave me an idea.
Rose from the rose hedges.
That'll do it. His boots must be so soggy by now.
I know.
Okay.
Alexander pulls out
his
magic map.
I think that's got to be the solution. It makes sense. Like, we'll show her this flower, it'll catch her interest, and she'll be like, oh, I can go live with a nice person who's got all these beautiful flowers.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
The spoiler is Grimm's Fairy Tale.
I was about to read that.
Are there any fairy tales about nightingales?
Probably.
Right, but like which ones? We need details. Are you Googling nightingale fairy tales?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Okay.
Pardon me, maid. I hope you don't think me forward, but I see that you like roses. I thought you might, perhaps, like a fresh white rose.
Alexander can see the conflict in the girl's pretty face as she fights between her distrust of him and her desire for the white rose. The rose wins.
Oh, I shouldn't, sir, but it is so lovely. I've never seen a rose of white. It looks so pale and delicate. Wherever did you find one of such a color?
There are many hedges of them on the Isle of the Beast, and they grow together like magic.
Oh, truly? What an adventure that must be to see them. But I should not speak so, especially to a stranger. Thank you for the rose, though, kind sir.
So, she's still reluctant, but...
Alexander has a thought about the serving girl. He decides to bring up the subject of Beast with her.
Let me tell you about the place where the white roses grow.
Seems
the
promising.
Isle of the Beast is an enchanted place. There's a path running through a deep forest. The path crosses 3 magic blockades, set to keep all visitors away. At the center lives a tremendous beast.
Really? Magic blockades? How exciting! What kind of a beast? Is it very terrifying and ferocious?
It is a beast that walks on 2 legs and dresses like a prince. It speaks with the voice of a man.
A beast that talks and wears clothes? How is that possible? Is the beast magic too?
Not magical. Enchanted. Beast was once a prince, but a witch trapped him in the form of a beast and set him on the island. There he lives in a castle in the midst of a maze.
How terrible! Imagine how lonely he must be.
It is a very lonely prospect, isn't it? Oh, I have met him, you see. He is indeed ferocious, but who would not be?
He really exists? Oh, how it breaks my heart. If I could, I would tend to such a beast. Such a beast might find comfort in a kind face. Do you not think it so?
Oh, I think it's so. I very much think it's so. You would not be afraid of him?
Afraid? Maybe at first. But how silly of me to speak so. The roses in this little yard are the only magic I will ever see.
I could take you there. In fact, I would owe you my life if you would go. If you truly wish to go.
You are serious? I could leave here? Oh, I have always dreamt of leaving. But to actually go... This is the only home I have ever known.
Home is a hard place to leave, even if you're unhappy there.
But I will go. If I can help him, I must go.
Whew, we did it. Culinary, thank you so much. Also, welcome. Good to see you. Efton says if we transform mid-conversation, it'd be so awkward.
Certainly
yes,
would.
indeed.
Is there nothing you wish to take with you?
There is nothing.
Then take this ring. It is his. He will be pleased if you would wear it.
Why, it's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. Thank you kindly, sir.
Beauty! Where do you think you're
Her
going?
name's Beauty.
To a place where roses grow, and to someone who truly needs me.
Oh, fast travel.
Yeah, nice.
I see you wear my ring. You willingly
Hey, this little
agree
guy.
to spend
Yeah.
your life here with me? Do you know what that means?
Yes, my lord, I do. I have been touched by your story.
Pity alone need not sentence you to endure this face.
Oh, but it is a gentle face, and kind.
You look at me so sweetly and are not repulsed. Oh, by the light of your eyes, my spirit soars. The enchantment! It is broken!
I am pleased to have served you, my lord. Do you still wish me to stay?
What? Speak not such nonsense, Beauty. Do you think that I learned nothing of true love during my time here? You are my queen.
Shoot.
Oh, my clothes! This gown!
How well it suits your noble heart.
Alexander, how can I ever repay you? I have nothing to offer except my gratitude. But please, take these old clothes. Perhaps you'll find someone in need during your travels.
You have already repaid me by your example of courage, Beauty. And by your friendship, I hope.
You will always have our friendship and loyalty, Prince Alexander. But from a fellow adventurer, take some advice. If you find your true love, protect her with your life. Fear all beasts without the redeeming humanity of love. And to aid you, accept my mirror. Now that my life is no longer hung in false shadows, I have no need for it. Give it to someone with nothing to fear from the truth it reveals.
Why were you circling the
Thank
critter?
you.
It's the genie.
I wish you both
The eye.
well.
Ah.
Come, beauty. Let me take you home.
See, I was gonna be like, you could repay me with your clothes and one of your hairs. So we didn't get a hair, but maybe there's a hair in the clothes.
Maybe.
That little weasel, indeed. This music seems loud.
It is a little
Let's
bit
go to a
loud,
different
yes.
screen.
Would you like to hear a brief description of the Hans Christian Andersen story, The Nightingale?
Oh, I was gonna read this comment from 6-7. Nightingale by Hans Christian Andersen was a sick emperor who is healed by a nightingale who tells him everything in his kingdom. But if you have additional detail to add,
please do. The slightly more lengthy summary is the emperor demands to have the nightingale brought to him because he hears it is the most beautiful thing in the empire. And he's like, wow, sick nightingale. But then one day he's given a bejeweled mechanical bird and is like, whoa, sick bird, get out of here, real bird. So the real bird goes back to the forest and he's like, I love my wind-up mechanical nightingale. But one day it breaks down and then he becomes very sick. And the real nightingale hears of this and returns and sings for him. And death itself is so moved that it lets the emperor live a little bit longer.
Interesting. I still don't know how that's going to help us,
Right.
but it seems possibly relevant. So let's take a look at things here.
Beauty's old clothes are very ragged and heavy. They consist of a long, thick dress and a headpiece which covers the hair and most of the face. A long strand of Beauty's blonde hair is caught in the mantle.
Perfect.
Nice.
Alexander searches through Beauty's clothes and finds a long strand of blonde hair.
So we now have a strand of a pure maiden's hair for our chiming a creature of the night spell. We also need a skull full of hot oak embers. We have a skull. We have a lump of coal. I don't know if that is going to be useful in any way. It specifically needs to be hot oak embers. So that's an interesting detail. Oh, yes, thank you for doing that. Shout out for Culinary Disaster. Can't stick around for long. This game is so wild. Yeah, honestly, all the King's Quest games are kind of wild. But they're a good time, I think. What was I going to say? Oh, so a thing I am aware of with this game, I don't remember a lot of details about this, but there's two, from what I understand, drastically different ways to get into the castle. I'm fairly sure one way we can get in the castle is by dressing up as a servant girl, and then periodically there's like a bunch of servants that go in, so we can sneak in along with them and get into the castle. I do not know what the other way is, and I don't really remember if I've done both of them before, but I assume the other way, from what I understand, like one method is a lot quicker and one is a lot more complicated. I assume the other way we have to basically like solve everybody's problems. Like the queens want their singing stone back. Oh right,
The what?
I was wondering if we might get the singing stone back after helping out the beast, but we did not. Presumably we got to get his coat of arms back. I'm guessing we need to like figure out all the magic spells. Like I figure it's probably going to be a complicated multi-step process to do it the best way that will get us the most points. So I'm gonna try to figure that out, and we'll see how it goes. So basically what I'm getting at is I feel like we could probably sneak into the castle now, but I'm not gonna do that just yet. I think one is early completion where the other is more 100% best ending versus good ending kind of thing. Yeah, that's the impression I got also. Like a lot of the marketing for the game, like the back of the box is like, this game is so big, there's so many optional puzzles, like you could finish it and miss like 60% of the puzzles in the game or something like that. But we try to do as close to 100% completion as we reasonably can without looking up too many hints. Just like Elden Ring. Exactly. Same thing. Does remind me, I was going through a catacomb in Elden Ring last night and couldn't help think of the catacombs in this game. Very different experience, but so I'm not sure what to do next. We still don't have so going back to those druids, like I feel like we got this chain of queens want their singing stone, which the beast has. Beast wants his coat of arms back, which the druids have. So we should focus on figuring out what to do about the druids. I don't know if that's like kind of the starting point of this chain of returning everyone's belongings. I also wonder, like, Isle of the Sacred Mountain, are they missing something? I can't remember. They might have mentioned an amulet or something. Oh, geez, I got a bunch of notes from the Oracle here. Oh, right. The Oracle also told us there was more than one way in. She talked about 2 restless spirits that we might need to bring back from the dead. I am guessing that's the former king and queen of the Isle of the Crown. Get counsel from the druids, who I think pretty much murdered us when we tried to do that, right? It all feels like the chain of locked rooms and a murder mystery. Yeah, it's very complex. Winged One said they had a golden fleece stolen by the queens. Okay. I might have failed to make a note about that. But that does sound kind of familiar. Golden fleece stolen by queens. So what I was getting at was, like, we probably need to do something with the druids next. If I remember correctly, they were doing some sort of rain ritual. And we have this make rain spell, which we're close to having all the items for. We are missing falling water. There's a fountain here. Question is, what do we collect the falling water in? I can't remember. Yeah, our teacup has swamp ooze in it. I don't think we have any usable containers.
A fountain in the middle of the clearing bubbles with fresh, glittering water.
Could we just pick up the water with our hands?
The fountain water is cool and clear.
So yes, but not in a useful way. Let's look at this spell again. Like, it's possible it's something we could, like, do here, maybe? All the containers we have are full in some way. I should do a save. Okay. This one? There we go. That's not what I wanted. Oh, okay. There's the next page button. Make rain spell. Few drops salt water not from the sea. So, wait, what did we collect that in? Did we? Oh, did we not collect that? Oh, we need a teapot? Shoot. You didn't mention that in the ingredients. Okay, so it says first mix salt and sacred waters in a teapot, then add falling water. So I think we need to find the teapot. We can put the stuff in it, and then we just come here and put the falling water into the teapot.
Had you collected salt water not from the sea before you backtracked?
Salt water from the sea? Not from the sea.
Not from the sea. Had you already obtained that before you backtracked?
I don't think we have the salt water yet.
Okay.
Because we didn't have anything to put it in.
Okay.
But we know where to get it. We can get it from the what are they called?
The
baby's tears.
The baby cabbages.
Yes. Have a thing with a spout. Oh.
Yeah, that I was wondering, like, since you obtained the old lamps for new guy has disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
What if he exists not so that you can give him your old lamp for a new one, but rather to, I don't know, get you thinking about the uses of an old lamp?
I do think it's possible that never goes anywhere. And I don't really remember for sure. Wrong button.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
But yeah, we do have a lamp. We'll see if we can use that.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
What are we gonna do with that pearl, I wonder? Oh, right. That might be what we need to get our ring back. I forgot about that. I'm distracted by all the beast stuff. Seems like a decent possibility anyway.
Did you update your stream info?
Yeah?
Okay.
Twice.
My window hadn't updated.
Okay. So they're not crying. I guess we might need to get more milk. We got our teacup. F-Tom, that's probably what you were thinking of. But that's currently full of swamp ooze. So I don't think we can use it for this. Also, while it is part of a tea set, it does seem like our lamp is slightly more similar to a teapot than the cup.
I'm gonna close the door because I want
Alexander
to
takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Yeah, where's the rest of the set?
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
Okay. Let's make this let us cry again.
Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seem to resent Alexander's gift for some reason.
There's our lamp. Okay.
Alexander collects some of the baby's tears in the old hunter's lamp.
Okay. So I think we're supposed to put our sacred water in next, but we'll go ahead and get back to what the falling water is before we do that.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
I'm excited. I think we're gonna finally get to do a spell here, and then, like, I feel pretty good that that's what we need to make progress with the druids.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
It's all starting to come together. Save. Place for these. So, we got our sacred water.
Alexander examines the oracle's vial.
Oh.
It looks very fragile. Inside, he can see crystal clear water.
Okay. And use that on the lamp.
Alexander pours the contents of the oracle's vial into the hunter's lamp with the baby's tears. The vial, now empty of its sacred fluid, disintegrates.
That's neat. And then we just take the lamp and dunk it in this fountain.
Alexander fills the hunter's lamp to the brim with the fountain water.
We got it all. And, assuming this counts as a teapot, at least. I don't know how crucial that is to the spell. There we go. I think there's a button to cast the spell, read the incantation. So let's double check things. First, mix salt and sacred waters in a teapot, then add falling water. Speak incantation over teapot to enchant. Heat to boiling to activate. Clouds of thunder, shafts of light. Come and sup with me tonight. Waters 3 have I for tea. Brew a tempest now for me.
Alexander prepares to enchant the hunter's lamp with the Make Rain spell incantation.
Wait, did
Clouds of
I'm supposed
thunder,
to
shafts of light.
do this before I'm ready to activate it, right?
Tonight.
I hope I did that right.
Waters 3 have I for tea. Brew a
Oh, no.
tempest now
no?
for me.
It's a lot of popcorn.
You don't have to have it.
I know.
The lamp in Alexander's hand gives a little perk.
What's happening?
He hopes the spell works despite his makeshift teapot.
I have enchanted my teapot. So now we just need to heat it up, which I think will be kind of done for us if I recall correctly. Like I kind of think they put me in a cage over a fire or something.
Oh, right.
So we'll go back to the Isle of the Mist, and hopefully this will all work out.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Time to go say hi to the druids again.
Yeah. Be neat if you could cast the spell, then get knocked into the Minotaur's fire pit, and it started raining in the catacombs. Oh.
Perhaps he was sent by the spirits. I see no boat.
He is an intruder, no matter how he got here. Grab him!
This is slightly different than the last time you were here.
Yeah.
Not again. Look, I'll leave. It's no problem.
I think not. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't notice this path straight up before.
Alexander is frozen at the spectacle before him.
I hope it's okay that I didn't
Figures are
save.
gathered around a bonfire. Some mystical ceremony is taking place, but as to its purpose, Alexander has no clue.
I thought I'd have a
Found
chance to
trespasser
save
on the
before
beach,
things happen.
Archdruid.
Uh-oh. Archdruid. Now
Uh-oh.
what has Alexander wandered into?
This must be the foreigner we were warned about. How appropriate that he should come during our rain festival.
Yeah.
Place him in the sacrificial cage.
Wait! I must rescue the princess!
There's an ancient druid saying, a man who would save others must first save himself.
Yeah, we went over that before.
Alexander is pushed into the confining wicker cage. And the cage is swung out over the bonfire.
Do I need to do anything, or does this just happen?
Alexander starts to feel a little warm.
I can't do anything, so...
The bottom of the cage is getting uncomfortably hot. This cage is really hot. Fire in the cage. Alexander pulls out Beauty's old slave clothes, desperate to beat out the flames. The flame is extinguished, but the clothes themselves burn to cinders. Alexander won't be able to keep the cage from igniting for long. The heat and movement must have jarred something. Something that Alexander's carrying is starting to jiggle around. Egad, something's really percolating.
This is tense.
The water in Alexander's lamp is hot. It's just about boiling. Alexander feels a drop. It starts to rain.
That man is a powerful nature wizard. By the sacred oak, let him down.
The sacred oak, you said.
Oak, you say?
I must apologize for our rude welcoming committee. We've been feeling inhospitable ever since the winged ones stole our sacred miniature oak tree. Besides, Wazir Al-Hazred sent a message that we were to watch out for a highly dangerous foreign assassin.
Ooh.
I assume you are the one he meant.
I'm sure I'm precisely who he meant. I assure you, I mean to harm no one, unless that person threatens the princess. I'm sorry to have disrupted your ceremony, but I'm running out of time.
What is it that you seek?
The oracle on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain told me I should speak to you about the realm of the dead. She told me of 2 souls in unrest there that I might be able to free.
Free souls in the realm of the dead? You're mad.
The souls might be able to help me on my mission to save the princess. It's imperative that I do everything I can. The risks are not important.
No. And yet getting yourself killed will hardly help the princess. But I will tell you what I know. Legend has it
that it is the right of any human to challenge the Lord of the Dead in order to save his own life or the life of another already past. But the knowledge of how to do this was lost centuries ago. I have only heard of one who tried it, a young knight who came to the land of the Green Isles from a distant land long ago. According to the story, he was determined to challenge the Lord of the Dead for the soul of his dead lover. It is said that he tamed the Lord of the Dead's horse, a black-winged, demon-hearted beast named Nightmare. Nightmare sometimes flies to the human world to feed on certain noxious plants. Those unfortunate enough to see her are glad to escape with their very souls intact. Somehow, the knight captured Nightmare and rode off on her back, supposedly to the realm of the dead. But neither the knight nor his lover ever returned. If there was a means for challenge, it was lost with the night.
I see. Can you tell me anything about the Lord of the Dead?
That is a blacker matter still. To the druids, he is Samhain, lord of coldness and despair. Samhain was once a man like you or I, but he insulted the gods and was sentenced to rule the underworld. Immortal he is and mateless, robbed of sleep, robbed of movement, robbed of companionship. It is said that he hates all mortals even more for the mortality that he lost. That is all I know.
Interesting. I shall remember.
Now look how the oak embers of our bonfire still glow hot despite the rain. If you're bent on your course, you'll need courage that's just as impervious to the chill. May your luck last longer than your storm, brave one.
May it indeed. Thank you, Archdruid.
So thanks for pointing out those embers even more obviously this time.
We gonna have to find Death at Girlfriend too?
Kind of sounds like it.
Alexander scoops up some of the red-hot embers in the ancient human skull.
Okay. Nice.
I'm just getting baskets with the tissue in the wastebasket all day.
It's 2 today. Interesting thing that happened in that scene is I think, he put out the fire with the servant clothes that we had found. So I think the game is basically blocking us off now from the easier route. If I am remembering things correctly, that is the way into the castle. I'm pretty confident about that. So I think we're locked into the tougher path now. Also, it's interesting that we found the hair in those clothes. So if we hadn't found that before this scene, would we be soft locked at this point or what? Or maybe that's just a thing. Maybe that's going to be an optional thing that we don't necessarily have to do.
Right.
The charming a creature of the night. The icon has changed and it's glowing red now. That's a fun detail. Oh, it's spooky in here too.
Alexander is carrying a human skull filled with embers. The embers are glowing with heat.
And then we also we found this black feather on the shore of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. And that was the same place we found this stinky flower. And now we know that the winged horse Nightmare likes these stinky flowers. So I don't know if that bit of info was just there to give us the connection to realize, this is in fact a black horse feather, or, he also talked about this night riding nightmare. I don't know if that's something we need to do. I suppose one of our spells is charming a creature of the night. So yeah, that makes sense. So I'm assuming we need to use our stinky flower to lure it somehow?
What's that wiggly thing in the top row of your inventory?
This here? That's the hair. That's
okay.
our strand of maiden's hair.
Okay.
Alexander has a single strand of Beauty's golden hair.
Okay, let's do another save now that we've done all of that. Boiling water. It's appropriate. Boiling water too. Can we go over this way still? Can we talk to the druids or anything? I don't know if there's anything else to do here.
The druids, exhausted after the bonfire festivities, are asleep in their treehouses. Alexander doesn't need to disturb them.
Okay. And then there was also mention that the winged ones took the miniature oak tree from the druids, so that's their thing that they need back. It's just like it's a big circle of taking everybody's stuff that we need to set right somehow.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
I don't entirely know where to start with that at this point, since it's like a big circle. We no longer have an obvious starting point. I don't know if like, it seems like we have a little bit of a start on this, presumably bringing back the king and the queen from the dead. So I don't know if that's kind of the start of that whole chain, if that'll lead to like solving the whole kingdom's problems in the end.
I have a theory that, every ruler that you've come across has been like, the ruler of this other island stole my special thing. What if
that's not true?
What if that's a lie? What if the vizier has all of those things and told everybody
that does make a lot of sense
that the other island rulers stole your special thing to sow discord and so on.
That makes a ton of sense.
That kind of seems to be his whole thing.
Yeah. In which case, it does seem like focusing on the king and queen would eventually solve all those problems.
Right. Like maybe all of the things that were taken are
in the castle somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I think that is a very sound theory, and we will assume that is correct and focus on the king and queen situation. So, in which case, like, my assumption is the path that we're on now, we need to use all of these spells. For the magic paint spell, we still need River Styx water. I assume we're going to get that from the River Styx. So we got to, like, die first. And then we have the Charming a Creature of the Night spell. We need a bit of sulfur. Parentheses, brimstone.
Sounds like something that you would get from the underworld.
Maybe. But we need that before we get to the underworld, right? because we need that to... Assuming everything I've just said is correct guesses, we need that to ride Nightmare.
Right. I don't know.
One thing I keep thinking is, what happens if we go back to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain again? So let's find out.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Like, it kind of feels like we've completed everything there, but who knows? I was wondering if these might be related.
Alexander arrives at the top of the cliffs, somewhat winded after his long but uneventful climb.
Cool horse.
Like, I can't remember what the druid guy said exactly, but my thought was the stinky flowers, but then I was also wondering if these...
It's something about noxious plants.
So maybe it's kind of interested in both types. Who knows?
Right.
But yeah, so this is where we find Nightmare, obviously.
The poisoned berries, right?
Yeah.
A mighty winged horse, the color of midnight, is feeding from the nightshade bush. The creature must be Nightmare, the one the druids spoke about.
So once we have our spell complete, then we can come back here and use it and ride Nightmare. I like this animation.
Yeah.
It's a cool horse. But I guess for now can we go back in there? The doors, oh.
Could you finish any of those sentences?
Both these openings are open.
Okay.
And this one seems especially interesting because there were things in there I wanted to investigate, but didn't get the opportunity to. I'm just gonna put a 2 after every save. Let's go in here. I think this will be useful.
A pit has caved in the floor in one corner of the Minotaur's lair. Flames rise from the pit as though from the throat of a dragon trapped in the earth. The fire makes the lair unbearably hot.
This is creepy.
Yeah.
A monstrous altar towers in one corner of the room. Alexander shudders with revulsion at the thought of the rituals performed at that sacrificial table. The Minotaur's lair, now empty, still reeks with the foul stench of the Minotaur.
I thought there might be something in here. Like, this little blue thing hanging down stood out the first time I was in here. But it seems like it's just part of the altar and not anything I could...
Alexander doesn't want to touch the hideous altar.
And then I was also wondering if maybe there's sulfur or brimstone to be found somewhere in here, but I don't. And I think we explored the catacombs pretty thoroughly. Like, I covered every square.
I've taken some of your popcorn.
Okay. I figure I will eat my popcorn on break when I'm not crunching directly into the microphone.
I'll just crunch directly back here.
I mean, that's fine. You're back there. So... like, I assume we can come back here because, you know, there's things like the shield, the 2 coins we could have missed, the skull. But like I was saying, like there's a map in the guidebook, and then, you know, I mapped it out on my own. So like I'm positive we covered every space. It's possible there's a space where I missed something, but I don't think so.
Ouch. Fire looks a trifle hot to warm one's hands over.
Oh, this is where that girl was tied up, right?
Yeah.
The sound of Alexander's footsteps startles the black horse. She flies off, leaving Alexander alone at the top of the cliffs.
Hopefully that's not permanent. Okay. How y'all doing?
Greetings, guards of the city of the Winged Ones. Would you be able to take me back to the city, or perhaps the Oracle?
Lord Azure asked you not to return, and you agreed. Dare you break your word?
My bad.
No. I suppose not. Sorry.
Okay. That answers that question. Can't go talk to them again.
Well, at least they didn't murder you.
Yeah, that's nice of them, I guess. The horse is still gone. If the horse doesn't come back here, I might back out. Okay, it's back. We're fine.
Alexander climbs carefully down the long face of the Logic Cliffs.
Oh, we gotta go the rest of the way?
Alexander climbs carefully down the long face of the Logic Cliffs.
Okay. So I guess now I'll see if we can trade the pearl and get our ring back. It seems worth a shot.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Been streaming for an hour and a half already?
Yep.
Jeez. This bird. Do we still have our lamp? He's back. We still have our lamp.
Oh, you can trade it now because you've used it for its intended purpose.
Old lamps for
Old
new.
lamps for new. Old lamps for new.
Excuse me, peddler, but I have an old lamp that might interest you.
Ah, an old lamp. And what a nice traditional design, too. Take your pick of my new lamps.
Oh no! Oh no!
Were you not prepared for a decision?
So, like, as he said that line, I was like, oh god, I hope I don't have to choose. And then I do have to choose. And I can't help but think this one looks the most like I'm reminded of the bottle that was in the scene with the genie back at the castle.
I see.
I think that is the most similar design, and I can't help but think I need this to trick the genie at some point or something.
Interesting.
Like that seems a little familiar to me, but I don't remember too much else. And like I feel pretty good that this, like I know, like I think I commented on stream at one point there was a very like I dream of genie kind of genie bottle. So I know it's this kind of upright with like the larger base on the bottom. So like this or this would be the closest. And I know it wasn't short like this, it was taller and skinny. So if I'm remembering this right at all, that we need a lamp that looks like that genie's lamp, then I feel like it's got to be this one.
A fine
I got points.
choice, my son. Here is your new lamp. Good day, and I thank you, sir.
Good day.
I did save, so we got our lamp 2 save if we ever need to come back here and choose a different lamp. I'll have to make sure not to overwrite that one.
Drat, another dud.
Ah, shucks. Okay. Now what we came here for. See if we can get our ring back.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Speaking of the genie, let's see if we can talk to him.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before, sir?
No!
But I'm quite sure. Perhaps on some cliffs.
No!
Isle of the Beast?
No!
Dockside?
No! Leave me alone!
Not very friendly, is he?
How fare you, good merchant?
I could use more business, if the truth be known.
Alright. Pearl.
I suppose I'm missing things.
You missed some good dialogue. I tried to talk to the genie, and Alexander was like, I feel like I've seen you before somewhere, and listed off a bunch of places, and the genie kept saying, no!
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
All thanks to the Minnie Mouse Clam. Does the old man react to the lamp? That's a very good question that I'm definitely going to save before I try. I bet there's just some dialogue about how we wouldn't want to show him that. So overwrite dance party.
Alexander has obtained a new lamp made of blue-colored glass with a tall, thin neck and a cork-like cap. That brand new lamp from the lamp seller is unlikely to impress the man in black.
Okay. So now that we finally have our Daventry Royal ring back, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay. As you can see, I got my floppy disks ready to go here for Valis has redeemed random access memories. I think this is now the third time we have done random access memories, and if I gotta be honest, it's been a little disappointing for everyone the first couple times. Left side, okay. The first time we got a Ford simulator, which I think would have been fun if I had a way to like show you what the little simulator game was like, but
are you gonna switch to the bigger note view?
But I do not have a way to do that. And then last time we got something called CompuGraph, which was not one of my own discs. This is kind of a mix of a lot of this stuff was mine or stuff I used a lot. Some of it is not. But like I don't want to like disturb the balance of this specific bin of floppy disks, so I've left them as they have been for many years. I did add at some point I tossed some King's Quest discs in here that were not in there before. Anyways, I hope we get something fun. If I gotta be honest, I think there might be more better ones on the right side. So future tip maybe. I got some fun ones here with the labels. I laser printed myself, for example, but we'll see what we get here. Like I think it says in the description, basically I will pick a disc at random, and I will do my best to share anything I can remember about it. So I'm closing my eyes, and I'm feeling this one right here. Oh no, it's CompuGraph again.
I was gonna say, like, have you removed the ones that you've pulled out before?
No, like I said, I don't want to disturb the balance, but obviously I'll pick another one. It's just funny I went to the exact same spot. This is a very, very comfortable spot, apparently.
Does it have a nice feeling label?
Like, I don't know, this is just like a nice spot to grab for? Auto-modded for CompuGraph, a devil. Okay, let's try again. I guess we'll go more for right in here.
I can't imagine being
Studio One. So this is it's a 3-disc set here. We've got Studio One Hypercard Demo, Studio One Animation, and Studio One Program. And we've also got interestingly, this is apparently by Electronic Arts, requires HyperCard 1.22 or later, from 1988. And then this one's got some credits and specifies that it's for Macintosh Plus, SE, SE32, 2X, or 2CX. It's kind of interesting because we did not have any of those. The computer we had was not too far off from a Macintosh Plus, though, so I guess it had some upgrades, so maybe it had specs equivalent to a Plus. But this was like, from what I remember, an animation program. I actually was digging around some old files the other day, and I found this animation I had done of like a speedboat flipping over, and then I also found I think I may have mentioned on here at one point, I used to spend a lot of time making little animations and games that were never really finished in HyperCard and other programs, and at one point I made this game called Pump It Up that was based on the Reebok shoes that had there's a little like basketball thing you would press on the tongue and it would inflate the shoes to like give you a better fit or something. And I made a game where you put on a pair of these shoes and you have to inflate them just the right amount, and then you do a bungee jump off of a bridge, and if you've inflated your shoes too much, then I kind of think like the bungee cord would snap or something goofy. That didn't really make a lot of sense. But then naturally, if you didn't inflate your shoes enough, you would slip out of the shoes. So anyways, I apparently made the animations for that in Studio One. So I found those files and was able to play them. And I might show them on stream at some point because they're very goofy. And I think that would be fun to show. But yeah, that's Studio One. I don't remember a lot of details about how it works, but you know, like I said, from what I remember, it's an animation program, and it was designed to like make it easy to create animations you could then use in HyperCard. I would say that was our most successful random access memories yet. Thank you for redeeming it, Alice. So, oh yeah, I opened the Wikipedia page for Sulfur. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat now. I'm trying to imagine you devil being used in actually malicious context.
Like imagine a person who's like really mad at you.
Right.
The best they can come up with is you devil. Like,
right.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not offended at all by that.
See if you can convert the animation into Playdate. That's a fascinating idea. Certainly already monochrome and everything. So it's definitely doable. I bet if you were ambitious enough, you could even have the turn the crank to play the animation or something like that. I was honestly, let's see, what did I opened those files up in emulator, in my Basilisk Mac emulator, and like I think they kind of just played. Like I'm not even sure I had the correct, like I didn't have Studio One installed. They just kind of played. Like I think maybe within the like preview kind of app for viewing files or something like that. It was very surprising to me that I was able to open them and that they animated and everything. Do you remember the animation software for DS? Yeah. Flipnote. Thank you. I was going to say Pick Flip, but that's not quite right. Yeah, so somebody did make a Playdate. That I kind of forgot about that since I got my Playdate, but I should check that out. I assume that's available somewhere. But yeah, that is fun. I also wanted to share that I got at the store the other day a bottle of Faygo Red Pop, a Michigan specialty. And I was asking Unsecret Crush if anyone else makes a red flavor soda.
The flavor is just red.
Yeah, that's what it tastes like. I can't even describe it. I will take a sip and try my best to describe it. I
feel like the label says something about berry flavors, maybe? It's got strawberries on it anyway.
Oh, yeah, it does say strawberry. That's interesting. I honestly feel like it didn't always say strawberry on the label. They maybe have more recently decided to try to give you some context for what this might taste like.
Perhaps too many people were like, what the hell flavor is red?
It doesn't taste anything like... It tastes like red. It doesn't taste like strawberries at all.
Can I try?
Yeah. Like, I got nothing. I don't know what to compare it to. It's like a... kind of a sharp flavor is all I can come up with.
I don't like it.
It's definitely not something I would drink often.
Much like my aversion to grape soda, it reminds me of medicine.
Okay.
The red,
yeah, I can see that for sure.
The red flavor is similar to medicine flavor for children.
Yeah.
And I'm not into it.
But for me, it's a nostalgic flavor.
Right.
Also, my mouth is gonna gradually turn more and more red.
Yeah, I don't think I ever had red or purple flavor treats that were enjoyable. I just had red and purple flavor when I was sick.
Right.
In the form of Robitussin or whatever.
It's kind of like blue, but red. Exactly. Yeah, it does remind me a little bit of like grape flavored soda. Like that doesn't really taste like grapes, right? It's kind of its own thing. So what are we doing here? We got our ring back. I don't know what we're gonna do with that, but I assume it'll be useful eventually. I feel like there was some situation we were in at some point where we were wondering if maybe being able to prove who we are might be useful, but I no longer remember what that was. This is before the maiden thing came up on last week's stream. Who knows? So yeah, I had the Wikipedia page open for sulfur because I'm just trying to, like, I don't think about sulfur that much. My main context for sulfur is like gas. I think my understanding is like they artificially add like a sulfur odor to gas so you can tell when there's a leak.
Right.
So that's like the main thing that comes to mind for me. But there's some sulfur. And then the magic book also has in parentheses brimstone, which it mentions here. Historically and in literature, sulfur is also called brimstone, which means burning stone. So I don't know if that is maybe a hint as to what. Like, obviously there's a difference between like a hot stone and actual sulfur, right? Mm-hmm. But I almost wonder if maybe what we need is more of a hot stone than actual sulfur. Well, we also have this lump. This is coal, right? I don't know if this is...
Alexander has a pitch black lump of coal that he found in the Isle of the Mists.
I don't know if that's anything. Could we make that hot? Is that a
I mean, you could set it on fire, probably.
Sulfur stinks. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all I know about it, and I guess it's yellow. Let's look at the spell book again. I didn't do it right. There we go. So that one we still need the river Styx water. What? I clicked, it showed the arrow, didn't it? I swear it was showing the arrow when I clicked. Oh yeah, also, Davey pointed out that my skull seems to have gone out. I still have not actually noticed that, but it sounds like my oak embers are no longer on fire. But yeah, they did try to set me on fire using oak ember, or an oak tree fire. I guess they seem to have a lot of oak based stuff going on over there. It's just their primary tree type.
I mean, it's a ritual fire, so it makes sense that they would use branches from a sacred tree.
Right.
To build it.
Okay, so add hair and brimstone to the skull of embers. Okay, so we need our skull of embers first, and then we put the other two things in there. In presence of creatures, speak incantation over skull. Creature of night, to me succumb, fire and brimstone leave thee numb, purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain. Like, it doesn't seem right to me, but I'm a little bit tempted to try this with the lump of coal. Does that seem ridiculous?
I don't know.
I guess just
like
knowing brimstone means burning stone.
Brimstone is, like, as far as folklore is concerned, associated with hell.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know that using fairy tale logic, it makes sense that you could use literally any stone that can be set on fire as a substitute for brimstone.
Like, I agree 100%, but I do feel like it's possible that Sierra game logic might...
Sure.
apply here.
That's a good point.
In which, but what I mean by that is you sometimes have like these connections that don't quite work, but it's just whatever. I can't think of any other examples. Throwing the bridle on the snake, I think, like when we looked up the fairy tale, that like really wasn't anything to do with the relevant fairy tale, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's try it.
Alexander pulls out
Can't
his
hurt.
magic map.
Roberta, you met. So we only got
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
I hope we have an infinite supply of oak embers there. Hopefully that fire doesn't go out.
That would be pretty rude.
I'm definitely not drinking that whole bottle of Red Pop in one go. I will say I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. Okay. We should... When did I last save? I saved after I got the ring, so that's fine.
Alexander exchanges the embers in his skull for more red-hot embers from the fire.
Interesting. Just that they had specific dialogue about that. If this doesn't work, we probably won't come back here anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put this in here.
There's no reason to use that on the skull.
I'm just curious.
The strand of golden hair feels fine and glossy. Alexander puts the strand of hair into the skull. There's no reason to use that on the skull.
I keep thinking about that in the labyrinth, the catacombs, that pit of fire, like that's, I feel like that's got to be connected somehow, especially since they let us go back in there.
Sure.
But I have no idea how we could possibly get anything out of that. I'm also curious, like, I put the hair in there just to kind of see what happened, but like that would burn up instantly, right?
Right.
So when the embers die out and we need new embers, does that mean we're screwed at that point? Or does the game just kind of keep track that there's still hair in there? It still counts. We also got this mirror. I don't know what that's for.
The beast said something when he gave it to you, but I already forgot. Something about the truth.
Oh.
Show it to somebody who's not afraid of the truth or something. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing badly.
Sure.
Beast's mirror consists of a piece of glass set into a decorative frame. The glass is unusually clear, and the image particularly true.
Okay. So that kind of hints at what you were just saying. So it sounds like this will maybe reveal the truth to us in some situation. Interesting. All I can think of is maybe with the genie, if it's in disguise or something. I wonder what would happen if we use it on the old man in the shop.
Alexander examines Beast's mirror. The glass has a startling clarity, and the frame is quite beautiful. The embers from the bonfire are still smoldering despite the rain.
Sulfur. Just for kicks.
Alexander doesn't want to burn that up in the smoldering embers.
Okay.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
I'm just trying to think of where we could possibly get brimstone from if it's not the fire pit. I mean, maybe it is the fire pit, but if so, how?
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Let's look over notes. We don't need servant disguise anymore. Oh, right. I was going to see what happens if I use the mirror on the old man, just for kicks. Oh, he's gone.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Okay. Which item do I have right now? I have the tinderbox. We've used that, so we might as well trade it for, I guess, the paintbrush. That's the one we haven't used for anything yet.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
I think I'd like the painter's brush.
Very good, Prince Alex. The painter's brush it is. May your painting go well. Feel free to bring back the brush at any time.
Thank you.
Feel free to bring me back a used paintbrush.
We haven't been next door in a bit, so let's pop in there.
Hello. I will be right up.
What was this book?
Now, what can I do for you?
I know we can sit down and read it.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages.
Oh.
Well, that was refreshing.
Huh.
How fare you, merchant?
Well, I would be better if I could only finish my manuscript. I am a budding novelist, you know.
Is that anything we need to worry about? Do we need to help inspire him? Do we need to solve literally everyone's problems? What is this on the wall here, anyway?
Alexander doesn't remember that sign being on the wall before.
Oh.
He decides to take a closer look. It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice, announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul al-Hazred and Princess Kasima. For reasons of security, the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles." Alexander feels his stomach turn at the thought of the dread event. If he doesn't do something soon, Cosima will be another man's wife.
I was a little worried when it started talking about that it was like some sort of timer, but
Right.
given it didn't, say when the wedding was, I'm assuming it's not some like secret timer or anything.
Alexander doesn't want to intrude on private property unless he's been invited.
Let's see if the ferryman's got any fresh tips for us. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Oh, it's you. Come on in. How goes it, Alexander?
Pretty good.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a result of a magnetism that sucks life from this world to the next. Of course, that's just silly talk.
Is it?
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
So he's just going through the same old stuff, and Alexander still only has one thing to say
Thanks
to him.
again for your hospitality.
You're always welcome, Alexander. Come back anytime.
The splintery boards of the pier would not be pleasant to the touch.
Wrong cursor. As I walk around here, I'm also thinking about, is this a place I could get sulfur somehow? Does this bird want to see my cool mirror?
Alexander shows the object to the bird, hoping to interest her. The little bird does not appear to be interested in that.
Every time I try that with some random thing, I see him starting to do the animation, and I'm like, is this actually going to work? But then I remember, oh yeah, he's got an animation where he holds up a nondescript gray object. I have been to the Queens. I have not been back there in a little while. I was thinking that might be worth doing. But we did meet them a while ago. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of going back around
Alexander
places we've
pulls out
been to
his
see if
magic
we can
map.
find anything new that has changed. To the bird, you're a prince worthy of its healing power. I suppose the queens could potentially be impressed that we're a prince.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Have we finally exhausted the random items appearing here?
Your Highness may as well spend her royal time contemplating something else. The lump of coal shall be sent to the Castle of the Crown under my name, and that's all there is to it.
No, it shan't.
Yes, it shall.
If the coal is sent in your name, I shall royally decree a ban on all red on this isle.
You do, and I shall royally decree that white shall be henceforth used for all mopping up of cabbage stew.
You wouldn't dare!
Oh, wouldn't I?
Oh, it's you!
It's me.
Have you thought of any more of those brilliant ideas of yours?
Yes! I have a piece of coal, so you can both send a piece of coal.
I found the two of you another lump of coal so that you can stop fighting over the one you have.
Oh, let me see. A lump of coal. And what a beauty it is, too. Oh, marvelous. Now we can stop fighting, sister. Your Highness can just keep the old lump of coal, and I'll take this new one.
Quite right. That settles everything.
As a token of our endless esteem and royal favor, please accept this magnificent and truly incredible spoiled egg.
Thanks.
Let me see that lump of coal, Your Highness.
I knew it. They're gonna.
It is a beauty, isn't it?
They're gonna fight over the new lump of
It's
coal.
bigger than my lump of coal. Let me have it immediately.
Over my dead body, Your Highness. It's my lump of coal, and it is indeed larger and much grander. Just look at that sheen.
I demand you exchange with me immediately.
So there's our Sierra game logic. Sulfur smells like rotten eggs, and now we have a rotten egg. So that's our sulfur.
Eggs
Like, I don't think there's any like real connection there other than the smell,
are among
right?
the highest dietary sources of sulfur.
Oh, so it really does have sulfur.
This is.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Neat.
This is real.
Okay.
This is a real thing.
Cool.
$50 milligrams in the white and 25 milligrams in the yolk, approximately.
Learning and solving puzzles. Is sulfur important for the diet?
I don't know about important, but it's, it's there.
Yep. Okay, so we now have all of our charming creature of the night.
It is the third most abundant mineral in the human body. Present in methionine and cysteine, which are two of the amino acids you use to make proteins.
Fascinating.
These amino acids are present in your skin, hair, and nails, where they help to make these tissues strong and flexible.
So we want to go back to the Isle of the Mist, and I think we're ready to
pulls out
put
his
that spell
magic map.
together. Oh, right. I didn't notice if my skull is still glowing. Now we're going to find out if I screwed that up by putting the hair in too early.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Shouldn't have too much backtracking to do if I do need to restore. Oh, I guess actually... Oh yeah, we do need fresh embers.
Alexander exchanges the embers in the skull for more red-hot embers from the fire, being careful not to disturb the rest of the skull's contents.
Okay. Oh. There it is.
The spoiled egg has a slightly yellowed shell that bulges in spots from the pressure of the gases inside.
Cool.
Alexander is careful in handling the spoiled egg. That shell looks ready to burst.
Pop it in there.
Alexander cracks the spoiled egg and dumps it into the skull containing the embers and the strand of hair. The spoiled egg hisses as it makes contact with the hot embers. Zounds, the steam. Phew, the smell of sulfur.
We did it! Now we possibly need to hurry on over to the, to our new horse friend before that gets cold. Oop, I was in the right spot.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
I wonder how much more of this game is left.
Yeah.
I've been looking up times to finish games on I think it's how to beat
Alexander
or howlongtobeat.com.
at the top of the cliffs, somewhat wounded after his long but uneventful climb.
Which generally isn't accurate in determining how long it takes to stream a game.
Right.
But I discovered that, like, if you poke into the details there, you can see, like, how long it typically takes for, like, a leisurely playthrough. And I've found that, like, that plus a little bit extra is you know, a decent estimate for how long it takes me to stream a game. But it's still hard to figure out, like, you know, like, I don't know if we have enough left to be worth another stream, or if we should go late and wrap this up today. We'll see what happens here once we get on this horse. I remember a little bit about what I was gonna go on next, but not a lot. Nightmare. So we got all our skull contents. It's time to do our incantation. Charming a creature of the night.
Alexander solemnly speaks the incantation over the skull.
Creature of night, to me succumb. Fire and brimstone leave thee numb. Purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain.
Kinda creepy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nightmare flares her nostrils at the scent of the fire and brimstone.
That's it. Come on. I need passage to your homeland, fiery one.
That's an adorable animation.
Unable to resist the power of the enchanted smell, Nightmare approaches Alexander. Her eyes appear glassy and sightless. In her hypnotized state, she is unaware of the humans so close to her flank, or of anything at all except that marvelous smell.
Now ride!
Oh, neat.
Nightmare deposits Alexander on a strange, cold world. And some of the inhabitants don't look too friendly.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Uh-oh. One of the wandering ghouls brushes up against Alexander. The touch of the putrid flesh dissolves the living matter like acid.
Gross.
Whoops!
Next.
Alexander's mother always told him to avoid bad ghouls.
Blaster Master, welcome. found your stream because of this game, and I have to say it's been really enjoyable watching you play. I love the way you detail each thing in your notebook exactly how you would have to do it back in the day. I'm glad to hear you have been enjoying that. I'm trying to figure out where to put this map. I guess since we got here from... Most of these areas we've been to have been relatively small, so I'm crossing my fingers that we got another smallish area here. So hopefully this will be enough space for it. So we came in from Nightmare, and we'll do it again and be more careful this time. Oh, I accidentally clicked restart instead of restore. Don't need to go all the way back to the beginning just yet. We're not that desperate so far. Okay. Restore. Do our incantation again. Let's see. Nightmares appear. Oh. Very tricky to flip the pages in this book. Okay. Hopefully we can...
Alex,
no?
creature of night, to
Okay,
me succumb. Fire and brimstone leave thee numb. Purity bind thee like a chain, to do whate'er I now ordain.
Yeah, let me skip the narration bit, but
Nightmare
not the...
flares her nostrils at the scent of the fire.
That's it. Come on. I need passage to your homeland, fiery one.
I think in generally they let you skip things that are just dialogue, but if there's
nightmare
animation
synced with it, then you can't skip it. Do we have anything to like protect us from ghouls, or just we just need to keep away from them?
I would guess you just need to keep away from them. Maybe.
And some of the inhabitants don't look too friendly.
Oh, get away from me. So these two look interesting. Okay. Gonna leave this open and paused while I draw this scene. I'm not sure if these ghosts are the king and queen we're trying to bring back from the dead or not.
They look rather royal.
Right. Look like they have some fancy clothes on, probably. Interesting that we have these 3 pyramids in the background.
Mm.
And this is all blue. Perfect. Huh. Okay, let's see if we can talk.
Who are you, poor undead creatures?
Oh, did you click on the zombie?
I see. How interesting.
I mean, maybe?
Who are you, grieving spirits?
I am Queen Ilaria of the land of the Green Isles, and this beloved spirit is my husband, King Califan. We were murdered in our beds by our trusted Vizier. Like a viper, he snuck in during the night and stabbed us in our sleep. Now my husband's soul is broken, and he will not speak.
Oh.
Then you are the ones I seek. Are you not the parents of Princess Cassima?
Our daughter! Have you news of the princess?
I know that she is alive and safely back in her kingdom after being rescued from Mordak. But I'm afraid I have not personally seen her. Al-Hazred is keeping her in her room in mourning for you.
I am glad to hear of her return, but she will not be safe alone with that devil. Oh, that we could be there to protect her.
Cassima, how I fail thee.
My poor husband will never rest while our murder goes unavenged and our daughter is in danger.
I came to take you back with me. Your people are still loyal to you. They need to know about the Wazir. Cassima needs you too.
But this is the realm of the dead. We cannot leave it. Nor, for that matter, can you. The only one who might be able to return us all to the land of the living is the Lord of the Dead. But he would never help us. He has no mercy.
I'll figure it out.
I might be able to convince him. I must try.
Then take this. It is my ticket to the underworld. There you will find the Lord of the Dead. I cannot use the ticket as long as I'm chained here. And if we cannot be avenged, I will never be unchained.
Thank you. Perhaps it will save us all.
Be careful, young man. If you can ease my husband's torment and help our daughter, we will be most grateful.
I will do my best. Goodbye, Queen Ilaria.
David Alexander asks, a poisonous viper?
One can only assume.
So we have a ticket now to the land of the dead. As we know from our many deaths, that is important. I do not remember very much else about what all we need to do here. The druids talked a little bit about maybe Sam Hain just needs a girlfriend or something.
Right.
I honestly can't remember if that's actually anything we need to do. Like, it really sounded like he's mostly just lonely.
Yeah, his loneliness was mentioned specifically.
Basically had everything taken from him.
Right.
Possessions, people, mortality. Oh, that's creepy. That's our ticket to the land of the dead, and it seems to have a little face on it.
The ghostly ticket reads, Admit 1. Alexander can see his hand right through the transparent ticket.
Ooh. Okay. All right, and we still have our other spell. Which I assume when we get to the river Styx, we just need to scoop up some water in our teacup, and then we'll have all the ingredients we need. Well, if you challenge him to a drinking contest, and this just turns into after party.
Has that came out yet?
I don't know. Plot twist, the Land of the Dead is a Disney-like theme park. That would be wonderful. I would like to go there.
Okay.
As long as it's not actually the Land of the Dead.
It has been out. I'm just very bad at keeping track of these sorts of things.
Came out last year, F-Town says. I guess we'll go to another screen now and see if we can figure this all out. Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah. Also spooky. That's a fun scene. Best way to color this. Lots of blue, but not as much blue as last time. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Very HR geeker. I'm just gonna save again now that we've gotten past that dialogue.
I assume the music is meant to be spooky, but I also find it rather relaxing.
Yeah, it's like chill spooky.
Yeah.
I dig it. Spooky. I don't know if this ghost here is,
Why do you not rest, sad spirit?
Rest? I cannot rest. My son is lost.
Oh, bummer.
Lost? You mean in this realm?
No. His spirit is stuck in the land of the living, probably looking for me. But I cannot leave to go show him the way. My poor Ali.
Is there anything I can do?
Take this handkerchief. If you get back to the land of the living and find him, tell him that his mother is waiting for him here. By this kiss, he'll be able to find his way to the realm of the dead.
I'll do my best to find him.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my Ali.
Okay. Oh. Okay, it's fine. This zombie guy freaked me out and I thought he was coming for us.
Reasonable fear.
How are we doing on points anyway? 143 out of 231. Jeez, got a ways to go here. I'm curious how close we'll get to the total. Hey!
The skeleton to the left of the path hands something to the spirits that approach the underworld entrance.
Take it, please. Next.
But I'm not dead this time. I'm just gonna overwrite that last save. Let's take a look
A
around
strange
here.
skeleton with a long horse-like head and ceremonial armor stands at the base of the path to the underworld. He watches over new arrivals with a discerning eye, handing tickets to the spirits desiring admittance. A large bone keyring hangs from his waist. A uniformed skeleton stands guard at the entrance to the underworld. He takes something from the passing spirits and then waves them on into the underworld.
So, like, this is the guy we give our ticket to, but the game pointed out this guy, and also he's got some keys. And also, I cannot help but notice the the like bone xylophone thing going on over here.
Alexander picks up the two bones on the ground. Now, what do these bones remind him of?
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
The skeletons are overcome with the musical call of the bones. They begin to jiggle, then to dance.
And there's that key we need.
Alexander finishes his tune, and the
Beautiful.
skeletons resume their posts. Despite their frolic, they don't seem any friendlier.
I love that they put this goofy ass musical number with all that animation into this like fairly serious segment of the game.
Alexander picks up the skeleton key.
Excellent.
The skeleton key is made out of small bones.
Cool.
Might I get one of those tickets?
The skeleton with the tickets must not approve of Alexander's less than ghostly looks. He refuses to give him a pass.
So if we were actually dead, that's where we would get our ticket from. I understand now. But we're good. We already got a ticket.
Alexander sees no way to use that there, and he's not anxious to experiment needlessly in the realm of the dead.
Okay. I clicked the ticket on the ticket guy. I guess let's just try talking to him.
I must see the Lord of the Dead. Please let me pass.
Tickets only.
The skeleton at the door seems quite determined.
I got so...
But haven't you got a ticket?
Yeah, I do. But I got carried away with this whole situation that I forgot to draw it. So I'm gonna draw it real quick, and then we'll try clicking my ticket onto the ticket guy again. I assume I just like missed by a pixel or something. Hopefully that's it. Very creepy door. Yeah, maybe we should have to talk to him first. It's also a possibility.
I have a
There we
ticket.
Oh, on. Next.
We're in. Cool. Ooh. Don't remember how many. I'm just thinking about, like, they got, each screen has, like, I think they've all been unique ghost animations. And I was just thinking, like, how many, I can't remember how many floppy disks the original non-CD-ROM version of this game was on. I suppose it's possible. There might have been a little bit less just for atmosphere type of animations in the floppy disk version. Curious what's going on with this knight over on the side here. Looks like a knight anyway, I think.
Doesn't look like he's doing great.
Oh no. Okay, this feels like a very dangerous place, so I'm just gonna do extra saves. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh!
Apparently, Alexander's not the only one who's curious about the body on the path.
Oh. Interesting.
The knight is wearing one black gauntlet. There appears to be some writing on the gauntlet, but Alexander can't quite make out what it says. Alexander takes the knight's black gauntlet and examines the writing on it. Flesh may cross the portal and seek its master, death. Flesh may go where death is trod, and challenge, like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath. Zounds, that sounds serious.
Yeah.
The gauntlet is made of black iron and has a message inscribed upon it. Flesh may cross the portal and seek its master, death. Flesh may go where death has trod, and challenge, like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath.
Okay. So what I'm getting from this is maybe we need to like throw down the gauntlet to challenge death for the life of a mortal. Something like that anyway, I think. Zounds, yes. Got a lot of zounds in this one. I'm gonna look at this again. There was also a blue ribbon that, I don't know, just caught my eye.
The ribbon is so old, it would crumble at Alexander's touch.
Okay. Still a little detail, I guess. Can we take his hand?
Alexander doesn't want to disturb the knight's hand.
Alright. I guess we're done here then. Nice, nice. Good thing we got them coins. I'm just trying to figure out where exactly we get our water from. It doesn't look like there's a good spot to stand to scoop up some water from the river. Love the skull fairy. Why does it have a human skull on one end? Why not?
Indeed.
This is very... I don't have a black marker. I guess I'll use purple. Okay. It's possible we get the water at the other end, but we should at least try to get it here. Like, I really don't... Okay.
Alexander scoops a little of the river Styx into the teacup with the swamp ooze, being careful not to get any of the black water on his skin.
Like, to me, this red is being up higher, and, like, we wouldn't be able to reach down into the water from there. Like, it didn't seem like this was a place we could walk to get closer, but it's all good. So we have that spell complete now. And that's our magic paint spell. I do not know what we're using that for, but we can make it now. So I think we just need to do the incantation, and then we can paint something with our brush and then make it real, something like that. I'm not sure about the order. Will your costume have a bow? Oh, I'm actually planning a Charon costume for Halloween. Nice. Yeah, I hope you get the whole boat in there somehow. That'd be pretty cool. Sounds very complicated though. The staff with the skull on the end is very nice. All right, let's have a chat.
I must see the Lord of the Dead. Please let me ride across the river Styx on the ferry.
Charon apparently has rules as strict as those of the skeletons at the underworld's entrance. Alexander is not getting on that boat until he gives Charon the appropriate fare.
At one point, I did a lot of research into the proper way to pronounce this, and there's obviously lots of options, and seemed to be some disagreement on the correct way, but the most convincing argument that I came across was roughly Charon. So Charon is interesting. Robes and skeleton mask suit and a hanging lantern from a staff. Nice. That sounds very cool. So we got our coins. Clearly that's our solution here.
Will these coins do as fare for passage?
Charon accepts the fare and waves Alexander onto the boat.
Wants to talk to the manager of the damned. Here we go. I guess we'll do this. I'm remembering a little bit here. I think I feel like there's something's gonna happen with this door. An unexpected challenge. This is really hard to like summarize in a drawing. Very censored, Geeker. Yes, indeed. I guess we'll do another save, huh? Oh.
Alexander reaches out to open the gate. Suddenly, the wood trembles beneath his fingertips.
Whoa.
What touch has awakened my sleep?
Oh, it's just me.
I smell the blood of a mortal. Reach out thine hand again, fleshy human, that I might devour it.
No thanks.
It has been centuries since I last ate.
So you're a little hungry then? Let's chat.
Despite his fear, Alexander summons his bravest voice to command the living gate.
I would pass, Gate. I have business with your master.
My master and thine, human. I would be pleased to introduce thee. Only step forward and thou shalt meet him shortly.
No, thank you. I come to meet the Lord of the Dead with my flesh still intact.
And why should I let you pass, human, when I would much rather eat you?
I have been told that there is a way for humans to enter Death's realm. There must be something I can do. Some task that will allow me to pass through your doors, Gate.
I seem to recall something. A trick. Perhaps a test. Yes. Should a human try to pass, a riddle is Gate's wont to ask.
A riddle it is, then.
And if thou wouldst fail to answer Gate, his thirsty jaws will be thy fate.
Seems fair.
Agreed.
Listen as though it meant thy life then, human, for it surely does. My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
My first is foremost legally. My second circles outwardly. My third leads all in victory. My fourth twice ends a nominee. My whole is this gate's only key.
I was curious how they were going to do the input for this. It's interesting that they have a little letter keypad. So, if you remember, we found at one point, I think the book itself was in the bookshop. Or maybe, oh no. I don't remember exactly where the book came from, but we had a book of riddles. And there was one riddle that had the corner missing. And then at one point we found the corner. I think that was what we found in the Black Widow's web. It was a torn piece of paper, and it just said the word love on it. And it had the same pattern as the page in the Book of Riddles that was missing a corner. Like a decorative border around the page. And first is foremost legally, the first letter in legally. My second circles outwardly. O. Third leads all in victory. V. Fourth ends twice a nominee. E. And my whole is this gate's only key. So the whole is love.
The answer is love.
Thou traitor of the mortal plane, how didst thou guess love? That riddle should never have been solved.
It was not.
Love is unknown in this realm.
Love cannot be banished, even from this place. There are spirits still pining of it on the surface above. Still less can it be banished from my heart.
Enough! Burden me not with thy poetry. pass through, and quickly, before I change my mind.
I completely missed the coins for Karen redeem. And no one pointed that out to me.
I also missed it. Where was that?
Valis redeemed it. Right when we got to Karen.
Our bad.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't know if we can die there, but I'm gonna back up and do my best. Let's see. So many saves, and yet not enough saves. Okay.
Alice says you did give Sharon coins.
Oh. Yeah, that is true. Yes. But that's not the reward for the redeem. I do appreciate the assist. I do want to see if there's any way we could, like, if nothing else, we can surely die by the door. So we're gonna back up and see what we can do here.
Alexander can't push his way past Charon. He'll have to convince the ferryman to let him board.
Can we simply walk into the river Styx?
Alexander slips off the banks and plunges into the river Styx. As the black water comes into contact with his skin, Alexander feels himself going numb from the legs up. He sinks like a stone.
Whew, yikes.
But you're already there.
we had to go back out and come in again.
Next.
Hey, what a fix. Bathing in the river Styx.
Well, that was well worth it. I want to see what happens if we try to open the door again.
Alexander walks.
Shoulder.
Tickets only. Next.
It must have been love at first bite.
Okay. Thank you for that redeem. This is a spooky scene. So I feel like we gotta be very close to the end at this point, and we're already going pretty late, but I'm inclined to keep going until we're done.
I have no idea what dinner is okay. My only input there.
If anybody in chat has a rough idea of how much longer it would take to finish the game, let me know. Like, I'm hoping we can maybe wrap this up within an hour. But if you don't think that's correct, please let me know.
I'm definitely gonna.
Depends on what ending you want. Ooh, interesting. Should we? Well, and if you want to know what you're missing, okay, interesting.
I think you should wrap up for here. Because I'm hungry already a little. Like I said, I don't know what we're having for dinner. If it were a situation where, like, there was leftovers already or whatever, I'd just be like, oh yeah, go for it. But I bet if you want to try for, like, different endings and stuff, I'm sure you can get another stream out of it.
It might be closer to 2 hours. Getting out of the Land of the Dead would be a good stopping point. Interesting. Okay. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. We'll do a little bit more, and then we'll wrap up, and then I think that'll work out pretty well. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay. Let's draw this spooky panel here. And we'll go talk to this fella.
Alexander can't talk to the Lord of the Dead from here.
Oh. Well, okay. I guess I kind of figured when I did that he would move forward to talk, but I guess that's fair of the video game.
The layout of this throne room reminds me of the Ice Queen 5. I don't know if they are actually in any way similar, but it's just kind of given me a vibe. A vibe, a familiar room vibe, I guess.
I mean, I don't think that the specifics of it are Hey Silver, thank you very much for that subscription. some of y'all have been here subscribing for 5 months, and that's just wild and incredibly appreciated. Thank you very much. Also, thank you for that shout out. Silver was playing some Evil Dead the game the other day.
I looked it up. It doesn't actually look anything at all like the Ice Queen.
Yeah, I was saying like it doesn't really look that much like it, but I get what you mean by like
there's
vibes.
A center throne and like stuff on the side.
Right.
You know, it's basically the same thing.
Alexander approaches the throne of the Lord of the Dead.
Twitch imploding. Oh no.
That's not good.
Why have you entered my domain, still wearing your flesh?
I like the flesh. I think it's a nice look.
Anxious for death, you might have found it easily enough in the land of the living. But since you are here, you are most welcome to stay. Kiss my hand, and you will be one with the spirits. There will be no pain.
Oh, buddy, we just met.
Could we do that? There's no kiss icon. Hand? You think?
There's nothing there that can help Alexander now.
Oh, maybe it's this one.
There's nothing there that can help Alexander now.
I can't do it? So disappointing.
The will to live is strong, is it not? Never mind. I will reach out to you.
The Lord of the Dead's touch fills Alexander instantly with a numbing cold and blackness.
Whoa.
Okay, well, I'm glad I screwed that up because that was great. 6-7 says, "Don't you know not to wear flesh after Labor Day?" Completely forgot. Okay, so we got this gauntlet. I think I'm right here.
I did not come here to die, but to demand my right of challenge. I respectfully challenge thee, death, by throwing down this gauntlet. Man may pass the portal and seek its master, death. Man may pass where death has trod, and challenge like Scheherazade, he who reigns beneath the sod, to spare a mortal's breath.
He has the gauntlet!
Impossible! He challenges death. Who
I mean, it was just lying around.
to challenge death?
A man of flesh is all I need to be, my lord.
And what is it that you seek with this challenge? The soul of some dead maiden?
I seek the souls of King Califem and Queen Ilaria of the land of the Green Isles.
You would save 2 human souls and emerge alive from this realm yourself? Yeah. That shall be a difficult challenge indeed. The tomb does not open its doors lightly.
Either all 3 of us leave, or none go.
Very well. Then let me think of an appropriate task. Ah, yes. I have it now. Your challenge is this. For thousands of years, I have sat upon this throne. I have heard every sad tale that can be told by human lips. I have seen tragedies that ended empires, injustices that defy reason, love that would light the very stars turn cold and hard. I have seen torments that cannot possibly be borne, and yet must be for centuries. This thing I have never done. I have never shed a tear. Make me cry, thou man of flesh. That is my challenge.
Do you have an
Make
onion?
death cry?
Sooner could he turn sea to stone, or fire to ice.
What's with the peanut gallery in here? Shoot. I don't know how to do that. I do not have an onion. Oh.
The mirror be of any use here?
Oh. I bet you're right.
I don't know why.
I think it makes sense. I mean, his story is pretty fucking sad.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true.
Huh, skeleton key. Sorry, I'm just like distracted by all these inventory items. Like, I was thinking the fake your death potion would somehow be involved in getting to Heck, but apparently not. And then the skeleton key. We still
Stab him with the knife.
If your existence has been all that you say it has, then truth alone shall be my sword.
The mirror's surface swirls with darkness for a moment, then fills with images even blacker. Reflections of despair, of wailing souls, of shackles colder and more immutable than any forged by man, of a world of thirsts that can never be quenched. Alexander feels the mirror tremble in his grasp, and is glad that he cannot see its face. But the Lord of the Dead is transfixed to the mirror, to the screening of his life. Things long forgotten are once more uncovered. His enslavement to this throne while still a man, the years of watching misery and horror and growing ever more numb to it, the seep of his own humanity, the slow growth of a new thing altogether which became that which he is now. His is an existence that has no possibility of redemption, no end. The surrounding spirits draw away in pain. The truth is so sharp it stabs, so intense it sears.
Take it away. Make it stop.
The mirror of truth cracks from the strain, and death sheds a single gray tear.
Truth is indeed a terrible thing. I have worn this mantle for so long, I had forgotten its dreadful weight. You shall take the souls and leave as I agreed. You have been granted to stay from this inevitable reality. I almost envy you. Find the souls he has claimed and bring them to me.
So
King Califim and Queen Alaria, I presume. Your hero has won you a few more years of mortality. May your souls be more prepared for their rest when you return.
Thank you, my lord. I hope that they will.
And you, man of flesh, my steed shall take the three of you back to the land of the living. Tell her where it is you wish to go. Until we meet again, then, I assure you, we will meet again.
No offense, my lord, but I hope that will be many long years from now.
It is never as long as you might wish, mortal. Now, begone.
Yes, my lord.
Silver asked out the commenters like the skulls in the back. I never figured it out. Maybe that'd be great, honestly.
That seems sensible.
there's also been ghosts throughout.
Right.
So.
Are you coming, Majesty?
Alhazred's treachery must be handled carefully, Alexander.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Alari and I must
it's
go
not a very
gather our
large horse.
allies and form a plan. Watch over Casima. Make sure she comes to no harm. We will return as soon as we can to take back all that has been stolen from us.
I will keep her safe until your return.
Thank you, son. Your love for our daughter must be deep indeed for you to have undertaken death itself for our sakes.
Indeed. May we succeed in what awaits us, and live long together as a family.
Just as a reminder, Alexander and Casima met for like 5 minutes, and then he sat around thinking about her for like 6 months. And they still haven't actually met in person again since then. But you know.
You got in with the parents, so that's like half the battle.
Yeah. And so now we are back here on this familiar shore. And I am going to save.
Also,
Always important.
as Efton pointed out, 3 people, 1 horse. That
Yeah,
horse
that's
is pretty crowded.
I hope it's a strong horse.
I mean, it is an undead horse, so...
We got our love save here, so we're just gonna love 2. The sequel to Love. Alexander did live a very sheltered life for a long time. That is true. So he has not probably met very many people at all.
That's a very good point, because he has not been properly socialized.
Perhaps Casima is the girl he knows the best.
Also, he did not have a good role model of, like, correct socialization.
Yeah.
And how to relate to other people.
Yeah. But, I mean, she does seem to be interested in him also, so it's not, like, one-sided or anything, at least. They just had a really great first meeting, I guess. So, shoot, we did good. We went to the land of the dead and got back out again.
Don't worry, if he doesn't like her, he's got a cookie recipe.
God. There's our land of the dead map. I think that's all the mapping we did today, really. Yeah, most of the places we went to we had already been to before. So next week, I think we're going to wrap this up. If it does happen to go a little quicker than anticipated, maybe we'll back up and see if we can check out some different endings. I will do my best to get the best ending possible. For all I know, I've already screwed that up, but we'll find out. Like I'm pretty sure, like I was saying, if we back way up, I think we can go in the castle with the servant's outfit. So maybe we'll check that out if we have time. If I end up getting not quite the best ending and there's something we can back up a little and get that we missed, then maybe we'll do that. But yeah, we'll see. Either way, I feel confident we can reach an ending next week, and I'm excited. Yeah, Beauty's dress.
I don't think we have that anymore.
We
right?
do not have it anymore. I'm pretty sure, like, there was one point where we saw some servants go in like very similar kinds of clothes, and I'm pretty sure that the scene outside the castle, like there's this little like guard nook, and I think you can go in there and put on the servant's outfit and then sneak in with the servants. I'm pretty sure that's correct. So I think that is an option for getting into the castle earlier. I don't know if that leads you to an ending for sure, or if it's just a thing you can do. But when we went to the Isle of the Mist, we had to use the servants' clothes to put out the fire when our wicker basket got caught on fire. So we no longer have that. So I think that was the game's way of, like, you know, closing off the easy path to the ending. But yeah, we'll see if we can look into that more next week if we have time. So thanks again, y'all, for hanging out. It's great to be back streaming again. I will be back on Tuesday for more Gabriel Knight 3. We're getting close to the end of that one, too. I'm not really sure how many more streams we have left. It's possible we're getting close that we could finish it next stream, but I really don't know. That one I've never played, so I have no concept other than like it feels like things are leading up to something at this point. But that game has been very unusual and interesting and entertaining, so I am excited to play some more of it. And then, so that's Tuesday for me. Unsecret Crush will be back on Monday evening. That's
Persona.
for sure going to be Persona.
It's absolutely 100% going to be Persona.
Back on that Persona 3.
Because there's just not that much Genshin to do right now.
I do hope we can see Bebe again. Yeah, and then a week from today we'll wrap up King's Quest 6. Very excited. So right now, let's see if we can find someone to rate.
Persona Impact, exactly.
Oh, Culinary Disaster, who was in here earlier, is playing Sekiro.
Ooh.
Sekiro Saturdays with Ellie Says Smile. Neat. So we will go check that out. There we go. Thanks again, y'all, for hanging out. It's great to have you here, and I hope y'all have a nice weekend, and we'll see you around sometime. Bye, y'all.
Bye.